Karen, thank you for taking some time to come to the church and visit with me this afternoon about the VNA. I was thinking back that you and Stan had to be some of the first people that I met when I started here at the church. Probably I met Stan on a Monday morning when he was counting money, but you were always about, your spot was about halfway back on the pulpit side, right next to the aisle every Sunday. So thank you. I invited Karen to come visit because she has been associated with the VNA for many years. And as we've talked about in church, on Sunday morning, the VNA is the organization that we're supporting this year during Advent. We've done a number of different ones during the years, but the churches that we're a part of in our network have decided that this year we're together trying to raise $20,000 for the VNA is our goal. And I wanted Karen to just come by and tell us from her perspective about the VNA. So first of all, help those of us out that don't know much about it. What is the VNA?
Well, it's a health-related organization, and it has a very large territory. There are a number of counties, about 6 counties in Nebraska that are served, and 3 counties in Iowa that are served. And over the years, this has grown. The staff is now about 185 employees, and about 65 of those are nurses. There's also home health aides, social workers, 1 physical therapist, that's Jamie Summerfield, the director, and other clerical and supportive staff. In addition to the 3 programs that St. Luke and the other churches are supporting, there are other services. There's school nurses, there are the Easter Seal program, there's infusion therapy, there's telehealth, so there's really a variety of agencies. And one part that was very much there when I worked those 16 years, but is not now because in July there was a separation. Amedisys is the new home care hospice program that's part of the VNA. So some of the services that were there before are not part of the VNA Easter Seals. That is what you are supporting.
Okay, interesting. So what did you do for the VNA for 16 years?
Right.
What did you do?
I was director of research, so I never physically did the services that we're talking about today, those 3. But I followed nurses, I shadowed nurses. I was in charge of documentation, so I read and read and read documentation of the programs that were done. And I had quality improvement and orientation as part of my responsibilities. So I really met and worked with the majority of staff who were there. And again, as we talked a minute ago, nurses, social workers, physical therapists, occupational therapists, home health aides, the whole gamut of the program.
Interesting. So there was this whole level of self-improvement built into the VNA to make sure it was offering the best right. program that it could and support.
Right. And we really had, in my estimation, a culture of excellence. That was there from the beginning, the culture of excellence, the culture of the community, the VNA as being community-based.
So on Sundays, I've tried to explain why I think it's good for us to support the VNA and the importance it makes, but why would you think it would be important for us as a church to step up and support the VNA?
Well, I, again, am very biased, okay? But I think that it is so community-based. I'm going to share very briefly that it was started in 1896 by someone named, and this is the way it was always pronounced to me, Anna Millard, not Millard, but Millard Rogers. And the background of that is that the mayor of Omaha at that time was Mr. Millard. And this daughter, Anna, was very interested in the community, and she was interested and very concerned about the poverty and concerned about not access to health care. So in they sent her off to Europe on vacation to get her distracted. And when they got her distracted, instead, she found a healthcare course and came back, became a nurse, and in 1896 started the VNA of Omaha.
Right here in Omaha.
Right here in Omaha.
And it's a program that it's now in other communities.
The VNA of Omaha has always been an independent organization based here in Omaha.
Okay.
Now, there were a couple VNAs that started on the East Coast before 1896, but not much.
Okay.
It's one of the earliest, and it's always been independent here. So it's local,
Okay.
local.
Okay. And so, how is it that you can imagine us making a difference? What is it that you think our support, why should we do that?
Well, again, bluntly, I think that the more income, the more resources the VNA has, and it's always been this way, the more programs they can provide, the more services they can provide. And the three programs that are being supported, the new mothers, young mothers, the immunizations, and the homeless are ongoing. I mean, these are not programs that only started recently. They've been going on forever. Anna Millard Rogers, the young mothers and the homeless were part of what she was trying to do in 1896. So resources are needed. And I think the difference is if there are more resources, there can be more programs and there can be more help.
I guess I get sometimes stuck thinking that programs for new mothers, programs for those who are homeless are things that have started in the last 50 years, not 120 years.
Right.
And I guess around this building, our major engagement with the VNA is when they show up every fall to give us our flu vaccine, which they're so helpful to do that. So.
Well, flu vaccine and of course COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah. I mean, oh, come on, please, I'm hoping that the majority of the congregation has had their vaccine.
Yeah, I think so. Is there anything else that, this is your chance to step up for the VNA and tell us how, you hear me all the time tell folk to put more in the plate. So help me out. What should I say to folk to help remind all of us to be more generous to the VNA?
Well, I think one thing, go to the website. They have a very well done website. I'm impressed with the current stories of people who are working at the VNA and doing just the things we're talking about. One of those is a nurse who goes to the homeless shelters, and she talks about that. So going to the website, if somebody wants to look at historical information, there's a little on the website, and then there are photos at the office at 125th and Center. Okay. Wonderful photos from, I'm not sure not 1896, but not too far after that. Okay. And wonderful photos that somebody can look at. And of course, the VNA always loves volunteers. And so if anyone in the congregation is willing and able to do something, fundraising and clerical help are the two major ways that they're looking for help.
Okay. Well, thank you. I think we'll have the URL will be up on the screen for us, but if for some reason you're just listening, I think the website is vnatoday.org, and you can go there and find out about all of their programs and the support that we'll be raising money for the VNA through the first of the year. It's not like we're going to stop at Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Because some folk, they figure out their giving there in the last week of the year. So, Karen, thank you. It's so good to see you, and be sure to wish Stan well from all of us here.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
We look to your spot every once in a while and remember you.
We miss not being here, but with Stan's situation, it's just, we've been at home.
Yeah,
so,
that's safe.
Anyway, we miss being here.
Well, there'll be a day. So,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.